Hey guys, I'm making this video to send a message to all the Propecia haters out there, and also to inform people considering taking Propecia but are worried about the sexual side effects. Okay, first of all, I am mentioning Propecia in this video because that's the name that most people know the medicine by. And I'm not being paid by Merck or whatever to be talking about Propecia in this video. I myself do not take Propecia. I take a generic of it. Here in my country, Propecia is almost 50 euros. Why would I be paying 50 euros for a month's supply of Propecia when I can pay 22 euros for a generic that's made of exactly the same stuff and does the same thing? Okay, first of all, Propecia haters are constantly complaining about how Propecia ruined their sex life, how it depressed them, this and that. Okay, first of all, it's natural to get depressed while on Propecia. You're losing your hair after all. Who wouldn't be depressed from that? As for the sexual side effects, yeah, sure, there is a risk of sexual side effects, and the incidence rate is between 2.1 and 3.8%. Now, if you're going to do a web search for people's sexual side effects, you're going to see tons of people talking about it. Of course, there are hundreds of thousands of people around the world taking Propecia, and with an incidence rate of 2.1 to 3.8%, you of course are going to have thousands of people with sexual side effects. Yeah, I know that nobody wants to be on the bad side of the statistics, but that doesn't mean that you can just go around bad-mouthing Propecia and trying to convince the world that Propecia is evil. Those people want to make you believe that sexual side effects are given and unavoidable. That is not the case. People with sexual side effects are a minority. It is rare. I am not trying to say for you to start taking Propecia. That decision is yours. There is a possibility of sexual side effects, and it's up to you to measure the consequences. All I'm trying to say is that sexual side effects are much less common than all the Propecia haters out there would want you to believe. Another thing that Propecia haters like to say is that it can make you infertile, or it can make your baby deformed if you have sex with your wife while she's pregnant. That is also not true. I got my wife pregnant in November of 2011 while on Propecia. I continued to have sex with my wife while she was pregnant and while I was on Propecia. My baby was born just fine. Up until today, there has never been a single report of a birth defect caused by the man taking Propecia while the wife is pregnant. There have already been studies performed on lab rats, and other studies on rhesus monkeys, and another study performed on 35 men to determine the amount of finasteride present in the semen, and the amount of finasteride has always been in the order of micrograms. It's very far from being enough of having any impact on a fetus. Now back to the incidence rate of 2.1 to 3.8%. Some of you guys may think, okay, those were values released by Merck. We can't trust Merck. Those values are fake. Yeah, okay, maybe they are fake. But I was able to get some real-world statistics of my own, thanks to my wife. She works at a clinic, and one of the doctors that works there is a dermatologist that frequently prescribes Propecia to his patients suffering from male pattern baldness. So I got my wife to ask the dermatologist a few questions for me. From what I've been able to gather, the dermatologist has prescribed Propecia to hundreds of patients over the years. And during this entire time, he has had less than 10 complaints of sexual side effects. So we have hundreds of patients taking Propecia and less than 10 of them with sexual side effects. That tells us that the people with sexual side effects really are a minority, and it is rare. So, once again, I'm not trying to say for you to get onto Propecia. There is a risk of sexual side effects. It's just much less common than what the web would want you to believe. So the decision is up to you. Weigh the consequences. But Just don't worry too much about all the negativity you see on the web. Okay, relax. Your baby will not be deformed. You will not get a small dick. You will not be infertile. You will not have erectile dysfunction or whatever. It is rare. And if it does happen to you, well, I feel sorry for you, but just remember, you're part of a minority. It is rare. See you guys next time.